Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This is actually going to be my review for Empire Season 2, Episode 6. We first open up, child, and we see old slick goddamn Becky up there getting her screws loose and hiding with this guy, Jay Papa, and he's actually a rapper who was actually on the Gutter Life label. And him and her up there getting down, child, on the rooftop. I said, no, she ain't laying up here with that big ham hock up, child. She threw that little leg up. I said, oh, Becky, bitch, you better quit it. That ain't laying up there. Whatever, getting it in. But we start off, we see her and him carrying on. Then there was a little situation. We see Jamal working with Lucius, and he can't focus because he's all broke up and mixed up about the fact that Michael has actually cheated. See, and I wasn't so sure on the last episode. Rather, the little weird, nasty photographer actually was actually having relations with Michael, or actually trying like he actually had done with Jamal. But no, he actually did blurp Michael's bird, honey. I said, child, Miss Michael, you are out of order, girl. So I said, child, no, she didn't take her crown off, honey, and get her bird blurped right up there. But yeah, Jamal's actually having a whole issue with that little thing. And talking about, I can't believe he has a little thing out all up. I said, child. And Lucius was like, listen, honey, I ain't trying to hear all that foolishness. You put it in music and whatnot. But even with all that, there's some other stuff. Of course, we're trying to push forward with Jamal's promotion of his singing career and all that. So what was actually going on, there's been a problem with, he's being marketed basically as a gay artist, and he's like, I don't like this, and it's starting to cause me problems. And that's not me. I'm not a gay artist. I'm just an artist that happens to be gay. And Lucius is like, no, you're a gay artist. And not really understanding until he starts seeing some of the bookings falling through, and then him not being picked up for certain things. So there's another guy who actually has come on. His name is Jameson. Jameson is actually, he is part of the LGBTQ community. Very, very rich, very, very connected. He and Lucius has had a run-in the past. Okay. Lucius wouldn't do business with him just once he found out that he was actually gay. Lucius and his closed-minded bullshit. Well, Jamal has actually brought Jameson on board to actually help with the problems that he's having, and he's very adamant about the fact that he is going to be able to do that. He's going to be able to basically move some mountains, it's the bullshit of, he's gay, and, again, like I said, very, very rich, very, very connected, and he can move some of those mountains so Jamal can get where he's going. And he and Lucius were, they're having this little back and forth thing, and that Lucius in his mouth, and he's like, yeah, there's some people that will actually suck up to you, and there's some other people in this business that, what do you say, suck up to you or suck you dry, and there's some other people that'll suck your dick. I said, Lord have my child, stop it, Lucius. But anyway, they were going back and forth, and Jamal was like, listen, this is what's going to happen. You're talking about my career. You two aren't going to go back and forth. This shit's going to work, and it's going to be what it is. They actually did decide to mend fences for the sake of Jamal's success. So I was really happy to see that Lucius, again, when it comes to money, Lucius will do some things, but it's usually about money. It's usually about money. Okay, so there was another portion where we're working on the girls, and remember, they snatched the little boy with the big shoes last week, and we were seeing the whole thing with that, with him actually being kidnapped and all that. Then them contacting Cookie, and Cookie not thinking it was really accurate and real stuff that was going on. They were sending her this message. She's thinking it's some shit with Lucius. She gets to Lucius, and Lucius is like, I didn't do this. This is not me. And they, figure out some urgency about Hakeem being actually snatched up. They done grabbed the baby with the big shoes, child. Tried to beat his ass. He tried to be a little tough there for a minute, but they whipped his goddamn ass and caused him some problems. And all throughout the program tonight, we were seeing where, I kept saying, what is going on? I mean, he was having this whole thing going, just the fact of being kidnapped, and he just couldn't pull it together. You know what I mean? He's trying to rap, he can't focus, and all of this after they finally got him back, because they did actually get him back. Cookie and uh, Cookie and Lucius got together and they basically got $40,000 out of them to get him back. And there was a whole little situation where they're supposed to make a drop at a certain place. They made the drop, but Hakeem's not in the goddamn van. Child Cookie done put her goddamn pump up on the driver of the van's throat, honey. And they done kicked his fucking ass. And here, it wasn't his fault. That goddamn Hakeem had done told him to drop him off over at Anika's apartment. And they sitting waiting to get Hakeem at the damn drop. Hakeem done went to go lay up in Anika's old nasty funky pussy. So I said, y'all, and he seen her, and we see her coming down the street. This bitch is coming all unraveled, talking to her mother. Bitch ain't got no job. She ain't got no job. Ain't nobody fooling with her. All her foolishness and her shadiness done caught up with her. And she about to crumble. She just crumbling in her bullshit. And she was talking to her mother on the phone, and she sees Hakeem, and he just run up on her and just start going up in her, all outside. And she went on there. I said, child, you and this little boy is just too much. But anyway, that's where he was. He eventually gets back with the family and all that. And of course, he's always got that edge. He's always being smart. And he's always being, and they're like giving him a little room, you know what I mean? But he was just getting so ridiculous, at a point that they were like, what in the hell is really going on? You know what I mean? Lucius had done ran up on him at he's outside at a thing that Cookie was actually throwing. And, Lucius goes, makes another play for, well, I wrote this song for you, this, that, thing, and the other. He talked straight cold shit to Lucius. And, took the jump drive, threw it on the ground, and went on. Lucius come in the building, told me, the next time you turn your back on me, I'm going to break your fucking back. So everybody was getting very fed up with Hakeem, but nobody ever stopped to actually ask him, what the hell, how are you feeling, this, that, and because when he first came home, he was even not wanting to let the doctor look at him and all this stuff. But yeah, everything was going on with him. They had whooped the little boy's ass out of his big shoes, but he, his whole thing, he was scared is what it basically was. He was scared and he didn't really know how to deal with that. And it didn't really get straightened up until the brothers came. All three brothers came. They got together. Them three brothers will get together and get shit together. They kicked Lucius out of the room, and they kicked Cookie out of the room, and the three brothers, Jamal, Hakeem, and Andre, got to talking, and they basically told him, about, we got your back, this, that, and the other. You don't have to be embarrassed about anything. We would have been scared too, this, that, and the other. And that kind of pulled him back to where he needed to be. He was able to perform and do everything that he needed to do. So that was cool. And again, when the three brothers get together, that's when they generally thrive. Usually, a lot of times with Lucius and Cookie, it just doesn't work because everybody just starts fighting. But anyway, Cookie's still running around with the pretty Latino man. I said, here we go. And I just don't trust him for some reason. Something about him just doesn't sit. It's Laz, I think is his name. Something about him just does not sit right with me. And I kept saying that. But anyway, he's telling her, the whole thing. And Lucius told her to, it's like kind of like a shakedown. That they'll keep on, fucking with you until you, Lucius is saying basically just leave it alone. Let it go. They know you're a small fry. And, his whole thing's always about getting them to come back to, he wants Hakeem back at Empire. He wants Cookie to go somewhere and fade to black and just go somewhere and sit her ass down. But Child, you know that ain't gonna happen. So, Laz is what I think the guy's name is. He's telling Corky, the thing is, he said a lot of times this happens. Again, you are small. They know that they're harassing you. What you do is you go in and you hire them, the ones that actually took Hakeem. You hire them to be your strong arm. You got to have your legal, and see, Lucius had told her this too. You got to have your legal security, and then you got to have your goddamn street ass security and all of that. So this is what she ended up going for the okey doke and listening to Pretty Smile. So she goes and listens to him and all that. And he's assuring her, whatever it is with these guys, I got your back. So if they get out of hand, fuck them up and all this kind of thing. So they're supposed to have this meeting and go down and actually deal with what has actually gone on and negotiating a deal about them being her strong arm, her underlying strong arm to do the dirty shit. So she takes Hakeem with her. Again, as a way to, help build his confidence back and all that bullshit. So they go, him and her, they go to meet the three guys that had snatched Hakeem. And as soon as they get in there and they see him, that motherfucking Hakeem pulled a goddamn gun on him. I said, God damn it, that goddamn boy with them damn big shoes. He done pulled the gun on them. Cookie got to get all up in it. And they ready to blast him. You see him, shit's getting real tense. And Cookie get to, she about to cry. But she's telling them, she's saying, if you pull the trigger, this shit's going to get ugly and all of that. She said, she had eased around Hakeem. She's like, give me a gun, this, that, and the other. Telling them, if you pull the trigger, you're going to have to shoot me because I'm standing between the bullet. Hakeem, this, that, and the other. So she's telling him to give her a gun. And he lowers down and gives her a gun. She takes the gun and roll up in the guy's face with the motherfucking gun and was like, now, listen, bitch, this is what we're going to do. Let's negotiate, and that's what she's telling me. She's like, if you come get near any of my artists or any of my kids in my family, I'll fuck your ass up. I said, Cook, hey, you motherfucker. So, she was a mess. I said, just a hot mess. But she made the deal. Got there, their respect. They know she a fucking loose cannon. She looser than the boy with the big shoes and all that. So I says, okay. And again, see, it still didn't sound good to me. That didn't sound good to me. I'm fine with you having some old ghetto ass motherfuckers that'll take and do away with a body. I ain't got no problem with that. But the ones that actually kidnapped, that just didn't sound good to me. Because again, he's always mad and he ain't never going to not be mad. But whatever. I said, all right, Cookie. So that's cool. Next thing, I actually have this whole thing. Andre is actually, he's doing his own little thing over there at Gutter Records. And I knew it was going to be a problem. I said, Lucius is going to get your ass about this shit. Something with this ain't going to be right. Lucius is going to get your ass. But he goes over there. He's doing this whole morality thing. He's dealing with this morality situation. So he's asking all of he's interviewing the artists that are on Gutter Records, this, that, thing, and the other. And he's finally gets through him and J Papa. Or they run eye to eye, and he's telling them about incorporating scriptures into his rap and all that. Well, Lucius had a showcase. J Papa was rapping and ended up talking about the Lord and all this. And Becky's like, what the fuck is that? And Lucius is like, what the hell? Do you got something to do with this? That kind of thing. And you see Lucius was questioning Andre, and he wasn't really feeling it. And Andre's talking about the other people and how, and he's like, listen, motherfucker. He said, that's why you put me in charge. I didn't put you in charge. Don't get it fucked up. I placed you. You doing too much. Don't get it fucked up. So, again, you still don't got no sturdy position. Andre, and Lucius and that God thing, a hot mess. But anyway, as the showcase goes on, oh, that was the other thing. Andre had said to Jamal something about he knew that Becky was fucking J Papa and that they needed to stop. Okay, so you're doing too much. You're doing too much, Bible thumper. You're doing too much. I said, that's going to be a problem. Anyway, Andre ended up getting fired again. But anyway, Then Frida gets up to perform, and there's this guy that's heckling her, and she just keeps rapping. Lucius tell her, stay focused, stay focused. He keep on. She got tired of it. She turned around. When I tell you, she fucking kicked the shit out of this boy. But he had a lot of nerve, though. He all up on the side of the stage. She gave him every bit of that little size 8 or whatever she wears, put it right in his face. Bam! I said, see, now that's what I'm talking about. Kick the shit out of him. So, that's what Andre was like. She is a damn liability. She's not an asset. She's a liability. We can't have her jumping on people and carrying on. And that's when Lucius told him, you shut the fuck up. She's my artist. You're not going to drop her. It's that thing and the other artist said, Andre, you better leave it alone. So anyway, then we go and see Lucius go pour her up. She's thinking Lucius is going to throw her away because of what she did. He didn't. He got mad at Hakeem and all that. Here, he turned around. Lucius is a raggedy motherfucker. And he gets to talking to her and telling her, how he's more connected with her than he is with any of his own 3 kids. This, that, and the other. He goes, I wrote this song for you. And going to play the same damn track that he so-called wrote for Hakeem. I said, you dirty motherfucker. But she was rapping her goddamn ass off. He was rapping a little bit, and then she started rapping. She rapped her goddamn ass off. I was like, all right, so of course he's going to make that a hit for Frida. And I'm just looking, and I said, nah, I see the whole mentoring thing and that kind of thing. But I have this sneaking suspicion Lucius going to put himself in between Frida's legs. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just kind of see that. Because he's raunchy. He raunchy. So, I don't know. I hope he keeps her kind of more like a daughter thing and try to straighten her out. But I just got a feeling he going to give her some of that old meat, honey. But anyway, just a goddamn mess. So the last actual thing that we see is that goddamn Cookie. She done took her ass after all of the commotion. She done went on over to Pretty Man's house and told him, are we going to do this or not, child? You better come on and get these goddamn cookies. And he wasted no time. He put her stinking funky ass up on the counter, baby, and gave her 1-2 to the damn solar plexus and below. I said, okay. And just as I thought, Cookie had done fell for the oak doke, because the guys that actually had kidnapped Hakeem, they all have this tattoo on their back. Did that motherfucker not have that tattoo on his back? Cookie, you done fell for the bullshit, and now you sitting on the meat. I said, God damn you, Cookie. But anyway, that's all that went on with Empire. If I missed anything, put it down there in the comments. We'll talk about it. But that's it, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys know how that works. And I will catch you all next week. Bye, guys.